All right. I know this is an online class, so attendance is kind of free, but attendance in this online class is taken by monitoring your online progress. That means each week you should be doing those things that we just discussed: reading it, watching it, pre-testing, doing your homework, and then retaking. Okay? So please make sure that you are consistent. You set up a schedule so that you can make sure that you're making progress in the course each week. If you are inactive, not progressing in the course by not doing your homework, by not doing the pretest, by not doing the retakes, longer than a week, you will be withdrawn from the course. So please make sure that you are consistently participating, that you are in communication with me if there's any issues. If you'd like to work ahead, let me know about that so we can make sure that you're still active in the course and you do not get withdrawn. Okay? All right, we do have chapter tests in this class. There'll be a chapter test every week. Okay, you must complete all of those chapter tests in the course in order to be eligible for a passing grade. Remember that your pre-test is due midnight on Monday each week, or you'll receive a 0. There is no extensions. There is no late submissions. If you do not do that pre-test by Monday at midnight, you'll receive a 0. That grade is then locked in until you do your homework for each section in that chapter with at least an 80%. Once you do your homework in that chapter, each section in that chapter with at least an 80%, you'll be able to retake the chapter test then 2 more times, and the best score out of those 3 times will be recorded. Okay? Remember that your chapter retakes are due by Sunday at midnight. So again, Monday is your pretest due date. You'll have the week to do your homework. That should be due on Friday. And then you have Saturday and Sunday by midnight. You should have your 2 retakes done. Okay? If for some reason you do not complete your retakes Sunday by midnight, there is a late penalty on your chapter retakes only. Okay? There again is no submissions or late exams for the pretest or the midterm or final, but on the retakes, if you cannot retake it by Sunday, you have at most 1 week additional to retake those tests, but you will receive a 10% deduction on your final score. So let's say you pretest and you get a 60%. You do the homework with at least an 80%, but for some reason you can't retake by Sunday. You have till the following Sunday to retake, and let's say you earn a 90% on your retake. Your highest retake score is a 90%. Because you were late, the deduction will be applied, and you'll really only get an 80% in your grade book. Okay? Please make sure that you are on time though for your retakes. Make sure that you're doing your homework, and make sure that you really try to get that retest done by Sunday so that you're not deducted points. Okay? All right. Again, internet outages and computer issues do not constitute a valid reason for being late. So please make sure that you make a schedule, that you have a reliable computer at all times so that you can get your assignments in. Besides the chapter tests, the other assignments that are for a grade are your midterm and your final exam. Your midterm and final exam must be taken in person. These are the only 2 times that I need you to come to campus, so you need to make sure that you plan ahead, that you put it in your calendar right away so that you can make arrangements to come to campus to take these 2 exams. These must be taken in person, your midterm and your final exam, here on GCC's main campus at the Testing and Student Service building. Okay? You need to make sure that you take these exams within the operating days and times of the testing center. There is a link on Canvas to the testing center hours of operation so that you can plan ahead of time to make sure that you're here, make sure that you give yourself enough time, and make sure that you come when they are open before your due date so you can take those exams. Okay. You must complete the midterm and final exam by their due date. There is no late midterm. There is no late final exam that I can give you. So please make sure that you make arrangements right away. Put it in your calendar ahead of schedule so that you can take those exams before or on the due date. Okay. Again, there is a calendar in Canvas with all of the due dates that will help you kind of stay organized. For the midterm and final exam, I've given you 2.5 hours to complete each test. You will need to make sure that you bring your student ID and a regular ID for verification so that they know who you are, okay? You will not be able to bring notes or a book or any sort of cheat sheet, so please make sure that you prepare, that you plan, that you practice. I will be posting practice exams in my math lab that are very, very, very similar to the actual exam that will help you prepare. If you are doing these practice exams in my math lab, you can do them over and over and over again. If you do these exams, the practice exams in my math lab, it'll give you a very good idea of what to expect on the actual exam. I highly, highly, highly suggest you do these practice exams because your midterm and final exam make up 80% of your grade. You must earn at least a 60% average on your midterm and final exam in order to pass the class. They make up 80% of your grade, so it's very, very, very important that you do well on these two exams, okay? Your chapter tests are all taken at home, but the midterm and final exam are the two proctored in-person exams that are worth the majority of your grade. So you need to make sure that you practice, that you prepare, that you're understanding all the material before you take those two exams. Okay. Homework in this course is used to help teach the material, to reinforce important topics and concepts. After you complete the chapter pretest, remember that you should be working on the homework in my math lab. Remember that you must earn at least an 80% on each section in that chapter in order to be eligible to retake the test. Once you've mastered the material in the chapter by doing the homework with at least an 80%, your 2 chapter retakes will become available. Okay, please make sure that you have your homework due by Friday each week so that you can stay on schedule and you're able to then retake on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, I suggest that you keep an organized notebook, that you do all of the work when you're working on your homework so that you can use it as a study technique when retaking and taking your midterm and final exam. Okay, I know that online it's very tempting to kind of just sit back and watch the videos and look at the examples, but it's really, really important that you're actually doing them yourself, working out the problems yourself, writing down the problems yourself so that it's you're practicing and learning the material. Okay. Extra problems can be found in my math lab underneath the study plan. So if you're ever struggling and you're not quite confident, please, please, please make sure that you practice more by doing extra problems. Okay. This is a time-consuming course. You are expected to work throughout the week on your assignments. Again, your pretest is due on Monday at midnight. You should be working throughout the week on all of your sections, listening to videos, reading the textbook, studying, doing the homework by Friday, and then retesting by Sunday. So your week should be busy. Please make sure that you plan your work and your life schedule so that you can fit this course into your time. Okay? Here's how the grades and the procedures, grading procedures and scale will work. You have 11 chapter exams. Each one is worth 100 points, so that's 1,100 points total. That's 20% of your grade. You have the midterm that you'll need to take again in person at GCC main campus. That's 2,200 points. Your midterm exam makes up 40% of your grade. That's why it's so important to make sure that you're practicing, that you're doing the practice midterm in my math lab, that you're working on all of your chapter tests and understanding the material so that you can do well on the exam when you come to take it in person. Your other proctored exam is the final exam that you'll be taking here on campus. That's also worth 2,200 points, another 40% of your grade. So again, the midterm and final exam combined is 80% of your grade. It's really important that you do well on those 2 exams. Okay? The grades are the typical grades, a 90 to 100% gets you an A, an 80 to an 89 gets you a B, and so on. There are the point breakdown for you so you can kind of see how many points you need in order to get the grade that you desire. Okay? There is no extra credit available for this course. Okay? So your grades are what they are. You have the chapter tests. You've got the retakes that you can do as long as you make sure that you do them by the due date. If you do not take the retakes, remember by that Sunday, you have at most 1 week to do it, but you're deducted a 10% if you are late on those retakes. There is no late exams or extensions on the pretest or the midterm and final, so you need to make sure that you plan ahead for those and that you do really well because there is no extra credit in addition to those assignments. Okay. Okay. In this class, you can earn a letter grade, your typical A, B, C, D, or F, by making sure that you complete all of your assignments. If you decide at any point that you would like to withdraw from the course, please make sure that you contact me and you're in communication always, so that we can make sure that we give you the correct withdrawal code, depending on your financial aid situation and so on. If you would like to withdraw and we are in communication, I can withdraw you with a W. That's a withdrawal passing. If I do not hear from you, though, and if you stop working, I will withdraw you from the course with a Y. That's a withdraw fail, and that grade does go on your transcript, and is calculated in your GPA. So please make sure that you are always in communication with me, and if there is ever an issue or you decide that you need to withdraw from the course, that you let me know so we can take the best course of action from there. But again, if you are inactive for more than 1 week, then you will be withdrawn from the course with a W, with a withdrawal failing grade. So please make sure that you communicate with me. Okay? Please make sure that you never feel alone or helpless in the course. I am always here. You also have your classmates here that we can help each other by posting solutions and videos and discussions in Canvas. You've got a couple of different things you can do if you are struggling and you need help. One of them is me, right? I have office hours, I have email. I'm happy to help if you need me, so please reach out if you're ever struggling and we can get together and work through it, okay? There's the Math Solutions on campus. It is a great free way of getting you tutoring. So the Math Solutions Center is open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 8, Friday from 7:30 to 4, and it's even open on Saturday morning. There are tutors walking around that'll help you work through problems, so take advantage of that. Okay. Also, my Math Hub has lots of different study aids, similar problems, video examples, stuff like that that you can use to help you work through the course. Okay. I'm not going to read through this too much. Hopefully you can read through this yourself, but student conduct, being any sort of academic misconduct or dishonesty, cheating, anything like that, will be recorded and submitted to the Dean of Student Life and the department chair. Hopefully we won't have to deal with that this semester, but please make sure that you're doing all of your own work, that you're appropriate, that you're respectful, all of those good things. Okay? All right. If you are registered with Disability Services, please make sure that you let me know about your accommodations as soon as possible so we can work together throughout the semester. Okay? You are expected to know all of the different things in the syllabus. As usual, though, the syllabus is kind of a tentative document that things could change. Due dates might get shifted if students are struggling or whatever. We might have to change things around a little bit, but please make sure that you are aware of any changes by continuing to check your Canvas and your announcements and your emails. Make sure that you do all the required assignments by looking at the calendar and working through my math lab. Okay, so those are a few important things, course expectations in the syllabus. Please make sure that you get to those 3 required week 1 assignments: the syllabus quiz, registering for my math lab, and signing up for Remind text messages. I look forward to a great semester. Please let me know if you need